Hello, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate, and I am very thankful to have you here today for our Pick a Card reading. We're going to be looking at who is thinking about you and why are they thinking about you. So there are 3 piles to choose from, as per usual. So for pile number 1, we have the Tarot de Luz with this malachite green heart. For pile number 2, we have the El Tarot deck with this blue calcite crystal. For pile number 3, we have, what is the name of this deck again? It is Tarot del Fuego. And we have the clear quartz here. So I decided to use all like my mini decks. I think they might be created by a similar creator, maybe even the same person. But I don't know. I guess it's just a coincidence, actually. But all of these names have Spanish names. So anyways, I guess I just decided that I wanted to use these little decks. So besides the point, go ahead and tune into whichever pile you're feeling the most drawn to. It's definitely okay if you're feeling drawn to multiple piles. It could be that there's multiple people thinking about you. So take whatever time you need. Pause the video here if you feel like it. I will have the timestamps linked down below, along with any other information about the decks or about my personal information. And I will have the extended readings also linked down below, which we'll get into a little bit later. We'll be asking Spirit what to go into further for you guys for each pile. So I'm excited to have you guys here, and I'm excited to get into your pile. So I will see you there. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the malachite heart and the Tarot de Luz, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at who is thinking about you and why are they thinking about you. So I pre-pulled some oracle cards to look at who this person is and how you might know them or how you would know this is your person. We'll also be looking a little bit more into tarot and seeing like how you know this person or anything else that would alert you to figuring out whether or not this is your pile. But then we'll be asking why this person's thinking about you and what are they thinking about. So I'm actually going to put tarot to the side for right now. I'm going to start laying out your oracle cards. So we have Venus with love. We have the Hermit. We have financial constraints. We have 1, just the number 1. We have cornucopia. We have the ungrateful daughter and earthly mother. And then 3 of these guys popped out, so I just decided to take them. But we have grounding, mirror, and healing heart. So put these here. All right, just want to make sure these are in view. Okay. All right, so the first thing that I'm seeing for this pile, I do feel like with Venus being here, I think this is someone that is a love interest for you or is someone that you have experienced romantic feelings for. I'm definitely getting the feeling that this person, one of the first things that kept coming through was something about like this person with the number 1 being here. It feels like this person really cares about their image or cares a lot about like the impression they give to other people. I'm kind of getting a little bit of the feeling of Beauty and the Beast with the Beast energy and how he started off as like kind of like a selfish person that like had some sense of like royalty or something, or like he was very like well off. And the whole story of Beauty and the Beast is that he was in this kind of spoiled energy, and like this witch comes along, and wow, I'm really getting that with the Hermit here too. What am I saying? So this woman comes along and she looks like a beggar basically, and she's testing the guy, and she's actually like a enchantress basically, and she asks if she can stay with him, and he has this very like this intense response where he casts her out and like doesn't care for her whatsoever, and he just comes off very spoiled, ungrateful, and like not kind, not loving basically. And so then he's like turned into the beast, right? And so he has to he has to kind of like go into this beast form and feel rejected from society, when I feel like originally he was like very much in a high position. So what I'm seeing is that who this person is someone that has kind of a trope like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if when you met them, there may have been this like ungrateful energy, because, or not ungrateful energy, but there's almost a feeling that they were like more wrapped up in their ego. We also had first house, like right when I pulled the first house was underneath this. It's also the first pile, which I thought was interesting. But the first house talks all about like the impression that you have and like the way that you show yourself to the world. So there's just this feeling that this person kind of has this energy of like, maybe when you met them, there's a feeling that they were a little bit like, I don't know if like standoffish maybe, but a feeling of maybe this person kind of felt superior, or like they kind of project out this like superior image or something. And so I feel like there's this energy with the cornucopia here that I think this person has been well off, or has had like a high status in some regard throughout their life. And there's a feeling of maybe they weren't super grateful for your love, or your attention. Like they may have really taken it for granted, is what I'm seeing. Because with this one, there's in Venus here, there's a feeling that this person was like learning lessons on love, and I feel like you came into this person's life to teach them about that. With the healing heart here as well, it's like a feeling that they kind of have had to, I feel like there's an energy here of this person having to go through like a judgment moment, because with financial constraints, this is making me feel like this person has maybe recently come into some sort of ego death or like a tower moment in their life. And it's almost like this person is understanding the truth of the connection, or the truth of you better through feeling this energy. And I feel like they have experienced the shadow energy of this: withdrawals from society out of fear or negative judgments for other, refusing to help those in need. That's also literally like the Beauty and the Beast. I didn't even read that. So yes, refusing to help those in need. It's almost like because he or she had this nature about themselves, it's like they were turned into this like beast. And I feel like it's metaphorical, but I'm saying that there's this feeling here that because with the mirror here, there's a feeling that this person wasn't able to see themselves and other people really well, or like wasn't able to have like a lot of compassion. I also, one of the cards that just popped out from this deck was the Samaritan card, which talks about um, giving help to those you prefer to ignore, is what I saw. And so that kind of just popped out, but like I didn't end up taking it, but yeah, so that kind of is on point with this as well. So there's a feeling this is someone who maybe is like having an ego death, or like the universe maybe put them in their place or something, or like some sort of tower moment with financial constraints. And it's like this person is having to see themselves in you, and kind of like recognize where they weren't really seeing the fact that they weren't seeing themselves in other people. And I feel like that's something to do with the sense of like what love really is about like seeing yourself in another person. Like for me, like my definition is like unconditional love is really about like seeing that, like treating your neighbor as yourself. There's a feeling like that. And there's just this feeling that this person needed to learn a lesson on that. And it has something to do with, I feel like, the way that they grew up or something, where they maybe weren't taught to be super compassionate, or they just like weren't. But there's just this feeling that something with financial constraints, maybe this person is experiencing some sort of downfall or something like that. And it's like right now they're needing to find grounding and needing to heal themselves. But there's this sense that right now, maybe in the past, this person might have come through as like confident or something, but I feel like this person's kind of in this energy of feeling like ashamed of themselves, or feeling like ugly or hideous, or like it's almost like maybe if something happened to like their status or like their money or something like that, it's like they got like all of their value from that. And so it's almost like they're having to learn the value in things that aren't like superficial, or aren't just like in your first house, like the impression you make on other people. And this person maybe judged a lot of other people based on like the impression they made, or like what their status was, or something like that. And so there's just this feeling that they're kind of in this energy right now. And I don't know if you know this or not, because I feel like you may not be in contact with them, but I feel like the way you'd remember them more is like they could have been someone who took your love for granted, with this 7 here too. And like that talks about Libra and relationships. And there's just this feeling that this person like maybe always thought that they'd be so abundant, or always thought that, I don't know, it's almost like they didn't really see karma, or like they didn't really realize like what goes around comes around energy wise. Like just because you have a certain amount of money or status, it doesn't mean that it's not important to see like the deeper qualities in people and the deeper things in life. And so I'm seeing with the healing heart here, they've been like really triggered here recently, and I think they're kind of being forced to look at the connection with you, and they're learning things is what I would say. But the way it's making them feel maybe right now is a little bit triggered and a little bit like being afraid of people's judgment. And it's like, I feel like this person's, yeah, it's like they've lost, just like the beast and Beauty and the Beast they've lost like their, like the beast loses his form as like a human, and he also loses his status. It's like he's no longer like handsome, and he's no longer like a prince. So there's a feeling like this going on with this person where it's like they're feeling hideous because of something like that, and so they're having to learn the true value of love, or the true meaning of love. But that's what I'm getting for who this person is. So now we can look into why they're thinking about you. I mean, I think they're definitely thinking about you because I think you would be someone that they'd think back to and they'd feel like guilty, or they'd kind of realize maybe that they were ungrateful or something, or that they didn't like treat you the best or something like that. And yeah, it's like they're having realizations about that, but we'll definitely get into tarot and see what else comes through. I'm not using like my viewfinder right now, so I just want to make sure everything is in the view. It's pretty good. It's like this person never thought they'd like have to worry about something that they're worrying about, and it feels like a huge like it's like this person had like an ego death or something. It's like they're having to learn to think about more people than just themselves. I'm also getting like a Grinch energy as well, kind of like a similar story, I guess. And it's like because this person maybe wasn't able to see themselves in you, it's like they're learning a lesson now about that, kind of like how the Beast in Beauty and the Beast wasn't able to see like the humanity in that woman that like needed help, like, and she was obviously the enchantress, but it was a test. So it's like he wasn't able to extend like a helping hand to someone because he felt like above them. He felt like he didn't relate to them. Like he just cast that woman aside, like she didn't deserve, like, you know what I mean, that she's less than or something. And so it's like they're learning lessons about love and about not always just thinking of yourself, and realizing that that's like an ugly character trait. So let's see why. Actually, first I want to see what was your experience of this person, just to like make sure that like you know who this is. So what would pile number one like say about this person, or what would their experience have been here? The Ace of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I feel like this is someone that you maybe initially had a lot of attraction towards, and someone that you, with the Seven of Cups, it's like you may have thought that, I don't know, like you may have really quickly like fell for this person, or yeah, you felt like the spark's really strong. And I feel like with the Seven of Cups, it's kind of like that, like I'm seeing it as like a lovey-dovey energy, like a kind of rose-city glasses. Why is the Five of Swords here? Okay, a lot is popping out. We have the Nine of Swords, the High Priestess. What else? Okay, the Chariot and the Two of Wands coming out, which are pretty interesting message. And the King of Pentacles at the back of the deck. Okay, so I definitely think this is someone with the King of Pentacles. They really may have had like some sort of position. They may have had like a lot of money. I feel like you know that about them. They might be an earth sign. We also have Virgo energy with the Hermit. But what I'm feeling here, I think this person caused like a lot of anxiety within you with the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords. Like there may have been some sort of outcome here where maybe you felt like this person maybe didn't have your back, or like there's a sense that there was some sort of sabotage in this connection. And with the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, it's telling me that there's some feeling here that when you met this person, you felt like it was fated, and you may have felt like very intuitively connected with them. With the Two of Wands and the Chariot, it makes me feel like you thought there was going to be like a lot of forward progress, or maybe there was. I want to clarify. Can we clarify this Chariot and the Two of Wands? The Star, yeah. So I'm seeing with the Star, it's like you hoped for a lot of growth with this person. But with the Eight of Swords here, I'm kind of seeing that the way it ended up going was like there may have been some reason why there wasn't able to be forward progress with this person. yeah, but it's like you really wanted to champion this connection forward. And I think you felt intuitively really connected with this person, but it was almost like it also gave you a lot of fear and anxiety is what I'm getting. And it was almost like it's like this connection, it almost would be one of those situations where you might like question if it was all in your head, or like, was this even like real? Like, did this person even have feelings for me? Like, I feel like you question the nature of this person. I feel like you don't know whether or not like they're a good person in a way, because I feel like while you feel this really strong spiritual connection, or you feel like this might have been fated and it could have been karmic, or but I am seeing that there was like meant to be a strong trigger here for each other. And so I'm seeing that like, because you felt this like fated and intuitive connection, it's like you wanted to move it forward. But with the Eight of Swords, there may have been some constraints here where it wasn't able to move forward with this person. And something maybe about like needing to prioritize like work with like something else. It might have just been that like there could have just been some legitimate reason why things weren't able to work out. But I'm seeing that it started off like with really high expectations, and then it almost feels like it crashed into like this being a source of anxiety for you, or a source of like kind of feeling stuck. It's almost like you wanted it to move forward, but there was like something here where it's like you felt very like personally stuck in this situation. Yeah, so I just wanted to go into that for like a little bit, just to get a little bit of information, a little background. There could be work connection here. Doesn't have to be, but I'm just seeing that with the King of Pentacles. But I'm just seeing for a fact like you would have known that this person had money, or like was prominent in some kind of way. But let's see why they're thinking about you now. Why is pile number one's person thinking about them? You know, I'm going to use reversals, I think, for this. I feel called to do that, so I'm going to. Why is pile number one's person thinking about them? Yeah, we have Justice, and I'm not surprised because I actually saw on the back of the deck, we have the Avenger here. So it says desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. We also have make it look like the Knight here. So there's kind of a feeling that there's like a reckoning going on with this person. But let all see. They may want to bring justice to the situation, or they may have realized that they were unfair, or that there's some debt here. It's like almost feels like there's karmic debt or something. Why is pile number? I'm thinking of them. We had the Magician here in reverse. We have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords came out for both your guys' energy too. Yeah, so there may have been some kind of conflict that ended up happening with them. If it wasn't like external conflict, it could have been that this person like sabotaged the connection with you, or they may have hurt you somehow, because the Magician in reverse can sometimes be like a manipulative energy. So I'm either getting that this person is wanting to bring justice to the fact that they sabotaged the connection, or I'm getting two scenarios where like one of them could be that they were manipulative and ended up hurting you, is what I'm seeing. Or a situation was that this person doubted themselves and had so much like self-sabotage that they weren't able to like move the connection forward, and they want to bring justice to that situation. So I could see either. And it kind of depends also on like what skill. I could see this being a karmic relationship, but I also could see this being like a very deep soul connection where you guys were meant to trigger each other into developing other parts of yourselves. So it's going to be you that would know like what this connection, you know, what the purpose is for you. Why is pile number one thinking about? They may even think that they're getting some kind of justice right now, like some sort of negative karma for what they did to you. They may really feel like they may in their loss, I feel like they're in this kind of like ego death or tower moment where they're losing something. It feels like from that stance, they can kind of see maybe more of the reality of the situation with you, and they can kind of see how maybe they messed things up in some way. Like they brought some sort of negative energy to you, and it's like they're seeing how their own shadows did that, and they feel that it's unfair or something, or it's like they know that it was not right. They know that. Why is pile number one's person thinking about them? Ace of Cups. Three of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like this person maybe knows that through the way that they were towards you, I think they know that they've caused a lot of heartbreak for you. Um, Especially I'm getting the image of you having been more open in the beginning with this person, or like more open to the relationship. And I feel like that's kind of maybe what caused some heartbreak here, because with the Ace of Cups, it's like they're thinking about how can they bring justice to the situation, or it's like they're thinking about how they didn't bring justice in the past, in regards to like an emotional offer. Like there was like a pure love that I feel like you offered this person, or that was like an opportunity here. And there's just a feeling that through the way that they were, like it may have really hurt you. And then it's like it hurt you at first, but now it's like hurting them. Now that they're like having to reflect on everything, it's like they're kind of realizing it. And I think it's hurting them now. Why is the Five of Swords here? So this could be an ex. This could be someone from your past. You're the Wheel of Fortune. And Queen of Wands. Yeah. So they're seeing you as very confident. And it's like this person's actually looking at you and seeing your value. It's like this person wants to change things. I am getting the feeling that they are in a lot of reflection of what happened with you in the past, and what like pain might have been caused by either them not taking action, or them being manipulative in some way, or even betraying you in some way. Like I'm getting that on maybe a more intense scale. I would see that this person hurt you. Either way, this person hurt you. So this person either hurt you through like actually acting and doing something that was like an outward betrayal and being manipulative, or not being like super honest or something, or like not kind of taking you for granted. And maybe like you were invested in this person new, and then they didn't really like honor that or something, and they may betrayed you in some way. Or I'm getting the situation on maybe like either way, it could be painful, but I'm either seeing that this person's either that like their actions actually hurt you, or it's like their lack of action is what ended up causing like negative energy between you guys. And I can see that it was like a lack of confidence. Like either way, it's like either this person was presenting very they were either like in either way, this person was insecure when you met them. I'm getting that for all of them, they were putting out this front that they were more confident when you met them. And so you may have like fallen for that, or like expected more reciprocity too, like with this person. But it's almost like when it came down to it, they actually weren't as strong or as capable as they like project out. And you may have like kind of fallen for that facade. And so either this person got in pretty deep and then did something where like it finally kind of like came through that this person wasn't really like solid as a person. Like they weren't really as solid as they try to kind of project themselves to be. And so I'm seeing that they're thinking a lot about the past. They're thinking about the unfairness that maybe went down between you, and they're really thinking about like the pain that they caused, and they're thinking about how like their own sense of self-doubt and insecurities and things like that ended up like bringing harm to you. Like that's really what they're thinking about. Yeah, and again, it's something about reciprocity, and something about maybe this person, I don't know, it's like they weren't willing to fight for it in the end or something like that. It's like they may have just kind of made it seem like there was a lot more that was going to happen or something like that. But with the Queen of Wands, they're thinking about you because they see you as very attractive. They're very attracted to you. They see you as very confident. And I feel like if anything, they're seeing you on a pedestal right now. And it's like, there's just this feeling of like in the past, it's like you were this like kind energy towards them. And it's like, I feel like they just didn't give you the time of day, or they really actually betrayed you or took it for granted. And so with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's like they feel like they're getting their karma. With Justice and Wheel of Fortune, there's a feeling that they're thinking about you because they feel like they're getting karma for hurting you, number one. Yeah, and they may want to try to do something to make it right. They may want to bring justice to the situation. So I'm actually going to look, what is this? Does this person have any intentions? What are their intentions? What are their intentions? Okay, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, then we have the Moon in reverse. We have the World, and we have the Knight of Cups. So yeah, what I'm getting in the Six of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing, I feel like this person, it's like they want to kind of address it's like they want to lay down their sword. I am seeing that this person does want to like make it up to you. With the Knight of Cups here, it's like this person wants to move towards you with an open heart. And with the World, it's like they want to put a closure on the chapter where there was conflict between you guys, or there was missed opportunity due to fears. Because like with the Moon here, it's like, again, there was definitely like a lot of fears, I think, that caught in insecurities and just like kind of like shadow elements of this person that kind of caused them to not offer you something substantial, or they dropped the ball in something, is what I'm feeling. And it's like with the Five of Wands in reverse, it's like they want to let go of that energy that's like back and forth or conflicted, or they want to let go of any like argument between you guys or challenges that kind of get in the way of this connection. With the World here, it's like this person, they want to bring this cycle to a close, you know. And I think that kind of involves them moving towards you to try to make things right. And so I do think this person does want to do that. Yeah. I'm going to see also, like, I know we looked at like why they're thinking about you, but I want to see like what specifically they're thinking about you too. What are their thoughts? Like, what are their thoughts specifically about pile number one? Less in regards to them, but more like what are they thinking about pile number one? How are they seeing them? What are they thinking about pile number one? Okay, with the Six of Wands in reverse, we have the Judgment, Knave of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, so what they feel defeated when it comes to you. Like they feel like there's a real judgment put on them. I feel like they're really, Strength in reverse. Okay. So what they think about specifically when it comes to you, they feel like they failed. So there is a sense of self-reflection and self-honesty going on. The Judgment card, like I was just really reflecting on this. Like the Judgment card comes out for me when there's a moment when you really have to look in the mirror and just like be honest with like yourself and be honest with who you are and like what you haven't been looking at. So it's like, it's those things about ourselves that like maybe we've been in denial about or we haven't been looking at. It's like this person is having a truth where they're like really looking at the way that they've messed this up. And because with the Knave of Pentacles here in reverse too, it's like they're looking at how they haven't taken action towards you. For me, this is like all talk, no action, or it's kind of like a lack of follow through card. And with Strength in reverse, it's like this person's real lack of commitment too. Yeah, it's like what they think about is how they didn't have the strength. They're realizing that they might have thought that by acting through their ego, like that was strong, but they're really looking at their ego truthfully right now. And they're seeing how they've lost. And they're seeing how like if this person was triggered in any way, they may have put up defenses towards you that may have really hurt you, or they may have just wanted to save face for themselves and kind of put out this image that they weren't hurt, or like that they didn't care, or that they wanted to just like preserve their reputation or something like that. There's just this feeling that they're realizing that that isn't true strength. You know, it's like, yeah, they're having a realization about that. Yeah, we have the King of Wands here. They feel like they've failed in a way, because it's like with the King of Wands, it's like what they think about is how they want to come through in this King of Wands energy. And for me, the King of Wands, especially in love readings, like it's like this person that has the vision for the relationship and like champions it, and like isn't afraid basically. And I think it's almost like this person's realizing that it's like who they really want to be is this King of Wands, but I feel like they were using like outside what people thought of them and things like that, like their reputation, to be like their strength or their ego. They felt like they were strong if everyone thought they were strong. They thought they were this King of Wands if everyone was approving of them and like they had a good reputation. But they're almost realizing that true strength and really being the King of Wands doesn't always mean having the favor of everyone. It doesn't mean that, you know, they're not the same thing, basically. We have the Knight of Wands here in reverse. Yeah, they're just seeing their own behavior in the Two of Wands in reverse. And they're really thinking about, the Knight of Pentacles at the back of the deck. They're really thinking about how they failed to like take action towards you in a in a way. They're just realizing how unimpressive they've been. Does that make sense? It's like they're having a true judgment on this like Knight of Wands energy in reverse. Like this like Knight of Wands in reverse can be this almost like player or just like impulsive and kind of like not that mature. It's like they're seeing how they haven't been super mature, and like they're realizing how this behavior is like why things didn't move forward with you. And like they're just really reflecting on like what their issue kind of was and how they just really didn't fail to ground this with you, and they failed to be like this confident leader that they see themselves as. So it's kind of like an ego death for them. It's like they're realizing that they maybe initially wanted to act like they didn't care about you or act like it wasn't a real loss for them or something like this not working out or whatever. But it's like the more honest they are with themselves, like this is the truth of it. This is the truth I feel like they haven't been seeing or haven't been admitting to themselves that they really did mess up, I feel like, in this connection with you. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. Now we're going to look at what we're going to go into for the extended reading. Spirit, what should we look at for the extended? If this is resonating, what should we look at for the extended reading? We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Swords in reverse. Something about your confidence, not letting this person like get to your confidence. The Hermit in reverse as well. Two of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Okay. And the Empress in reverse. Okay, there's something here for the extended reading. Spirit wants me to look into, like, I feel like what you need is like kind of like a pep talk here, because I think maybe this has been hard to like not take this person's actions personally. And like you may have really felt like this person like made you feel small or something. And like I'm seeing with the Hermit, maybe they're like not speaking with you now, or like they're not taking action towards you. And you may have even felt like you weren't good enough for them, or that someone else was like more important to this person. And with the Empress on the back, it's like you're doubting your value in regards to this. And so what we're going to look at in the extended reading, I'm trying to put this into words. I'm going to look at like what Spirit really needs you to hear in regards to the connection with this person and in regards to your self-esteem. Like, what do you really need to hear about this? And then we'll get you some guidance on how to move forward and like what you really need to learn from this, or like what Spirit wants you to learn from it, and kind of help you like work through any like maybe self-limiting beliefs that you're having in regards to this person. So if you feel like you've been really tripped up on this person, I definitely think the extended would be useful. But if this is kind of like you're already like completely moved on from this person and you're like over it, we're just going to be looking at like your guidance in regards to how you can kind of move forward and at least get your mind in a place where you feel like resolved about this person. So that's what we're going to focus on for the extended. That is what I have for the YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. If you did find it useful, please hit the like button. It's a really great way to support my channel, and it really helps me out. So thank you for doing that. If you have time, I also love to read your guys' comments and see what you guys have to say. I do read them, and it is really helpful to hear your guys' feedback. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next Pick a Card reading, and I hope to connect with you again sometime soon. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the El Tarot deck and the blue calcite crystal, this is going to be your reading where we're looking into who is thinking about you and why are they thinking about you. So we're actually going to start off with some pre-pulled oracle cards, and then we'll be looking a little bit more in depth into the details with tarot. So let's see what came through for your pile. So who is thinking about pile number 2? We have Grand Trine Blessings, number 46. We have Black Moon Lilith. Actually, 3 of these came out. We have The Garden and the Gate, number 30. We have Broken Heart. We have The Angel of Love. We have Victim, prevents you from letting yourself being victimized or victimizing others. And then we also have Your Light. And then we have Separation. Okay, so what I'm feeling here, this seems like someone who has a very sweet soul is like the first thing I'd want to say. So I definitely think this is someone that I'm getting like an overgiver vibe, or like someone who maybe in the past, or they may sometimes struggle with boundaries and knowing how to not martyr themselves. I feel like this is someone who's naturally attracts a lot of um, blessings towards them. So I feel like this is someone who easily gets along with a lot of people. So I feel like you might view this person as someone who's like a jack of all trades, or someone who just seems to be able to flow in whatever environment they're in, or it's almost like you might view this person as lucky in some form. But what I'm seeing is that it's because they have good karma. I feel like this person genuinely has a really pure and soft soul, and this might be your energy. So I'm definitely picking up a pretty feminine energy for who's thinking about you. Um, so this could be like a friend or something like that. So we'll see. We'll get into tarot a little bit more. But I do think this is someone that you maybe have had a falling out with the separation. I don't think you guys would currently be in contact. And with the broken heart, it's almost like a feeling that this person is maybe guarded from you right now. Like with the garden and the gate, it's almost like I feel like there's like walls between you and this person. And I feel like it may have to do something with this person's feelings having been hurt, or maybe they felt victimized in some kind of a situation. But I feel like this is someone who maybe gets themselves victimized in a way, not to victim blame. It's almost like because they have such a kind heart, like they do attract certain energies, I think, that would try to take advantage of them. Also, this is someone who I think is very attractive. With the Black Moon Lilith, I feel like there's kind of a siren energy, but not a dark siren energy. Almost like this person has this like innocent, like attractive energy about them. But with the Black Moon Lilith, it's almost like okay, like this is like insane to say. I don't even know if I want to like say this, but it's like a feeling of, it's like it's like when the angel element is really attractive. Like, but it's like this person is angelic in a way, or is very pure hearted, and they do have a bright light that shines, but there's a feeling that it's like they have another energy to them that draws in like kind of a lot of like physical attraction towards them, or kind of like a feeling of like a fantasy. Like I feel like maybe this person could sometimes have a lot of people projecting on them because they see them as like kind of a fantasy. So this person may be overlooked for like who they are, and sometimes people may just be drawn to them for their energy, and like they might just have a healing energy or a very like loving energy about them where it kind of draws people in. And I feel like a lot of people feel like physically attracted to this person, like passionately too. So it's like that. Yeah, and I just feel like right now there's a sense of separation with this person, and a feeling of this person protecting their heart, protecting their energy, protecting their light. And it's almost like this person is someone where people could get very addicted to their energy because it feels very good to be around this person. Because with the Grand Trine blessings, there's just a feeling that a lot of people maybe feel like this person is the one, or have felt like that, or they just make a big impact on people. The song I was hearing when I was like pulling these cards was like Unforgettable. Like you are unforgettable. Like I don't even know the words to it, but there's something unforgettable about this person. Something very beautiful as well. Like I just feel like this person maybe has like nice hair, or it doesn't even have to be the hair, but it's just something very healthy about them. Like they look very healthy. They look very fertile, like by a feminine standard. And if this is a male's energy, I feel like they would still have like they would look beautiful, like this person looks very beautiful. And they may kind of look like they don't know how to defend themselves against certain darker energies, because like inability to maintain personal boundaries. Like I feel like that maybe has been an issue for this person. And I think because this person does have good intentions for people and does give a lot, I think they do sometimes slip into the victim's energy. I definitely could see this being a masculine, but it would be someone that has kind of an empress energy to them, or a pre-empress energy. It's like a feeling of a very like a light worker's energy. It's very attractive, and I think it's very triggering at the same time. It's like this person, it's like the kind of person where maybe this person gets projected on and then they're proven wrong a lot. Like this person would be someone where they trigger people to like project certain things about them, and then they like meet them and talk to them, and they're like, wow, this person's actually really relatable, and I am realizing like that was just me projecting onto them for no reason. And it's kind of like this person can kind of show you your darkness because of their light energy. But at their worst, they may be immobilized by a sort of Eight of Swords energy, a feeling of feeling the need to people please, and so they aren't as able to reach their goals. It's like sometimes they martyr themselves a little bit, but it does come from a good place. It's just I think this person maybe doesn't see their own light as much as other people are drawn to it. So it's like this journey I think this person would be on of like understanding their light and understanding, you know, the reason why sometimes people project onto them. It's like this person gives a strong like empath vibe. But I think you would see this person as very friendly, someone who just gets along with situations. You might even see them as someone who's kind of lucky. But it is because of the energy that they put out. So it's like the law of attraction. It's like this person has such good intentions that they, even if they do something wrong, it's like in order to have good karma, it doesn't mean you never make mistakes. It's more an energy of like learning from your mistakes and having good intentions and doing your best. It's like this person's very much someone who does try to be the best that they can be. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of picking up for this person. Hopefully there's someone like this that you know about. Now we're going to look at like how you know them, get a little more clarity with tarot. Like I'm just going to see how you feel about this person or what you think about this person or how you view them. Any details of like your relationship with this person or whatever the history is. We're going to go into that for like a few minutes just to like really triple check that this is your pile. And then we'll be looking at why this person's thinking about you. I am going to take reversals today. I didn't for pile 1, but I felt like I'm able to get a little more details for a reading like this with having some reversals. So for pile number 2, bothering me that this isn't centered. And there might have been a lot of physical attraction with this person. If they're just a friend, maybe that's not the case. But they have a magnetic energy for sure. All right, so how does pile number 2 think of this person? Can you give us a confirmation to really help them understand if this is their pile, if this is their person? What information? Okay, we have the Ace of Wands here in reverse. You were very attracted to this person when you first met them. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You could have met this person in a workplace. One or both of you could have like discussed, we had the Sun here, one or both of you could have really talked a lot about your career or what you're focused on. You might have been focused on your career. There's some element of your guys' talents and skills, like working on them either together or maybe that was about like a lot of conversations about that. How does pile number 2 know this person? We had the Five of Cups. Okay, yeah. So I feel like there was a lot of regrets in this connection. Definitely there was an emotional, like a false start here. Like I think things maybe seemed really promising in the beginning, or there was a lot of attraction that you had to this person. But I feel like there was like a missed opportunity, or because with the Five of Cups, there's a feeling of regrets and grief and sadness that you've experienced due to the way that this connection played out. Especially if, yeah, we had the Fool here in reverse. Okay. So could have, let me just finish this spread actually. How did pile number 2 know this person? Yeah, with the Two of Wands. So what I'm seeing is this is someone that, with the Hanged Man at the back of the deck. What I'm really feeling is that there may have been an opportunity with this person, but it may be that like you didn't take the risk, or you know, you weren't able to create a plan forward. Because with the Two of Wands in reverse, that's what I'm getting, especially from the Five of Cups. I feel like this was the source of grief here, was the fact that the relationship with this person maybe didn't play out the way that you had hoped, or there may have been a hesitation on your side, or maybe this person's side, or for whatever reason, it might have been risky, this relationship. Like maybe either of you didn't want to take the risk because you guys were focused on your career or focused on self-betterment, just maybe too like more focused on self. But with the sun here, I'm seeing that this person made you really happy. Like, I feel like you would say that this person felt kind of like a little bit like sunshine, or like this person really, I think, did bring a lot of inspiration or a lot of energy to your life. Like, this person may have just like lit up your life or kind of given you a spark. But I do feel like you had to like pass up on the opportunity to pursue something with them. And yeah, and I'm really seeing with the sun, it may have been that when you met this person, it's like the future looked really bright, or you expected, you might have imagined a lot about what this relationship could be, but when it actually played out, it might have been that there were blockages in the connection related to work or something in the 3D, like um, if it's not work, it might have been school, some sort of hobby, or just something that got in the way that maybe was too risky. Like, you didn't want to put it at risk here, but then you kind of had to suffer the grief of losing this person or sacrificing it or like letting it pass by. Like, I'm almost seeing this person, like, I'm almost seeing it as a fish too, like a fish that like you weren't able to catch, you know? It's like you saw the fish and you were like, okay, I'm definitely going to catch that fish. Like, I could see, okay, this is kind of a really weird analogy, but it's like, that's going to be delicious dinner. Like, you know what I mean? That's like, I can't wait. Or you want it as a, okay, no, we're going to drop the fish analogy, but there's just a feeling of missing your opportunity, you know, with this person for maybe reasons that were like more practical. And it's just definitely one of those things where you thought the future looked bright, but then it kind of fizzled out. But yeah, I do think this person initially brought in a lot of creativity or a lot of inspiration. And even if it wasn't like specific ideas that they gave you, it might have just been that having this person around really felt like they brought a lot of giddiness to you. Like, they brought a sense of lightness. But there also, I feel like, was this like intense attraction, you know, that might have been very physical. And there may have been some kind of a community with the garden and the gate. Like, there could have been, this could have been a third party in regards to the connection. You know, like maybe you felt like you had to keep your distance from them, or like maybe you guys were from different socioeconomic groups. I don't know like exactly why that mattered, but maybe there was just like a blockage in regards to differences that you had, or a different road. It's like maybe you guys saw a different future in life. Like, maybe this person, you guys weren't able to align on what how to actually bring this together, you know, in the physical, and what your guys' future plans may have differed from each other. But let's see why this person's thinking about you. So why is pile number 2's person thinking about them? All right, we have the 9 of Wands. I was noticing the 9 right here, actually. We have the Tower here in reverse. Why is pile 2's person thinking about them? We have Temperance in reverse. Okay, I'm seeing that there may have been some sort of tower moment in this connection that may have caused this person to become guarded. That could also be with the garden and the gate. Like, this person feels guarded towards you. And it's like they may be trying to find their balance or find their stability. With the broken heart here, it could be that, like, you know, this person got hurt somehow, like through the connection. We have Strength here in reverse. Why is pile number 2's person thinking about? We have the 4 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands in reverse. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing, I think this person is feeling kind of wounded right now. And it's like I feel like they're ruminating about what happened here with you. I think they felt a lot of passion. We have the Ace of Wands here twice. So it's like, I think this person was also really attracted to you, and they may have kind of gone all in, or there's an energy here where they may have, I don't know, put all their eggs in one basket, like emotionally. Like, I think they really, because with the Temperance being here, there's a feeling that this person maybe feels stupid, or like not feel stupid, but they're realizing that they need to like guard themselves is kind of what I'm feeling. I think this person is thinking about you because they're thinking about how they rushed in, or they got their hopes up and now it kind of is leaving them in this imbalanced state where they're trying to find their sense of balance and stability again. Because with the Four of Pentacles here and the Tower, it's like the Tower is a very destabilizing card, and the Four of Pentacles is all about finding that sense of security. And so I think this person is really just thinking about maybe whatever tower fell down. So if there was this type of relationship between you guys, I do feel like, oh, you know what I'm also seeing is that it's like this person maybe at some point felt like sticking it out maybe with you, or like wanting to hold on to the connection with you. Like, I think that's a part of what they've thought about. I think they're maybe realizing they're basically in a process of trying to come to terms with the truth of what happened between you and them, is what I'm really seeing. And I'm seeing that they're not sure what true strength really is. They're starting to realize they don't know if like holding on to their feelings for you and holding on to the connection, if that's them actually not being strong enough to kind of accept the reality of what happened. It's like, I think this person thinks about how they feel this strong connection with you. We have 3 major arcana. So this is like a big energy for them. They feel like they're learning a lot of lessons through knowing you, and through the past. And if you guys are in separation, it's almost like this person maybe felt like they wanted to stick it out. But I feel like by the time that this tower fell, or by the time that things maybe separation happened, I think this person was already kind of at their last straw. And I think this person was trying to push it and like kind of stay, keeping their hopes up, but it's almost like they could no longer be like a warrior in the situation and try to like push basically. And they kind of realized, I think, that they were starting to victimize themselves, because it's like if they weren't happy in the situation, they're realizing that they're betraying themselves by not, like, true strength would be realizing, facing that part of themselves that maybe wanted to stay, but they shouldn't because they need to put in their own safety into account. And with the Ten of Pentacles, I do really think that this person may have really got their hopes up with you. And I am getting more like romantic feelings now. And even if this isn't romantic, it could be like they may have seen you as someone that was going to be in their life for a really long time. And I'm seeing that they definitely have feelings, like, because with the Queen of Cups, it's like, it's not that this person didn't, like, what they think about is how they still have feelings for you, but it's like they need to worry about this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. They're needing to find their stability. So the reason why they're thinking about you is they're torn because they have feelings for you and they had all these hopes up, but they're almost going through this thought process of trying to figure out if they're just betraying themselves by not looking at the red flags and not looking at what's fallen apart. And it's like this person's kind of coming to terms with the fact that they maybe haven't been the most balanced and the most grounded throughout this time period of knowing you. And it's almost like a lesson for them. Yeah, I think that this person thinks about everything that they projected in the beginning, like all of the hopes and like fantasies that they had. And it's like, I think this person just assumed that things were going to flow really easily. Like, I feel like when this person met you, they just thought that 100% this was going to flow. Like, I think they were in this very optimistic mindset. And I think, especially with the Grand Trine blessings, but I think what this person is realizing that is without like the stability factor, without this being built on like a solid foundation where there's like consistency, there's a plan forward, it's clear, you guys are clear on your needs, your boundaries. Even if this is a friendship, it's like, I think this person realized they may have given into like wishful thinking, and they may be feeling like they need to like get, like, because with the Nine of Wands, it's almost like they're almost at the 10 of Wands, and it's almost like this person's realizing that it's too much to carry. If there isn't like a grounded energy here, or there wasn't, which I don't feel like there was with the Ace of Wands coming out twice. I just think there was a lot of like wishful thinking and a lot of passion and energetic connection, but I don't think it got really grounded. And so this person is just thinking about like trying to put the pieces together and trying to like really realize what happened. And they're trying to stabilize themselves, because I think they're a little bit unstable. But that's why they're thinking about you. It's like they're ruminating on it. And I think their heart was broken by the situation. And yeah, they may even be thinking how like they maybe betrayed themselves throughout this, or like they're kind of realizing that they're trying to figure out how this happened and how to not have it happen again. But it's like one part of them is starting to wise up like that, and another part of them is still thinking like, is it really not possible that there could be a nice future between us? So it's kind of like they're back and forth, and I feel like they like kick themselves when they're in that rose-tinted glasses energy, because they're like, no, like this is what got you in this situation anyways. Like it's time to really realize the truth and be honest with yourself and figure out like how did we get here and like learn from the experience. That's why they're thinking about you, basically. Now I'm going to look at what they think about you specifically, like how are they viewing you? You know, what are their thoughts like specifically about you? Because this is like why they're thinking about you, which has a lot to do with them as well. But what do they think about you specifically is what I want to see. What does pile number 2 specifically think, pile number 2's person specifically think about pile number 2? Also, another thing I'm getting like about this person, I feel like they'd be the kind of person where they maybe always seem happy, or it's hard to tell that they have a problem with something. I think they would take a really long time to explain what their needs are or tell you that a boundary was crossed until like it's at their like last wire. And I think that's an issue that this person has, is not like advocating for their needs. And so then they may put themselves in situations where, you know, they're not getting their needs met, and then they may just kind of bite their tongue and just like not want to mess up the situation. I'm getting like an energy like that. So there's just a feeling that they may have done that with you. Like they may have just had such high hopes that they didn't want to like burden you. And so it's like they were willing to carry the burden. And for you, you may be confused because maybe this person like never even told you specifically what, you know, was bothering them or what they needed, or they never like had the audacity in a way. But it's like this person is learning that they need to kind of communicate that, because if they're getting their heart really invested in something, it's important that they're going through the practical element. Like, is this person wanting to commit to me? Like, you know what I mean? Before they start thinking about forever with the 10 of Pentacles there, like, and building something with you, it's like, I feel like they may have, I feel like this person is someone that thinks that they need to earn people's love. So it's like, they don't think they can just right off the bat come in and be like, you know, I like you, like, I could definitely see something in the future, but like, you know, I'm kind of looking for this level of commitment. It's like this person doesn't think they're like allowed to do that, or they think if they do that, they're just going to be rejected. It's like this person tries to prove their love to people and, you know, and then get them to commit. And so I do think sometimes this person can sometimes martyr themselves or try to fit into the cracks of other people and ignore their own needs. So that's just something I'm seeing about them as well. Okay, what does pile number 2's person think about them? All right, we have the 4 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Coins. I think this person feels rejected by you. Yeah, they maybe felt like they tried to give you a lot, or like I feel like this person really wanted there to be a strong like collaboration and a strong friendship with you. This person saw you as like a kin, you know, they saw you as someone that they really felt like they could build with you or like work with you. And I feel like this person, you know, wanted to be very generous towards you. How is pile number 2? Okay, we have the Knight of Swords here in reverse. Yeah, they may have felt like you were very flighty, or at some point they see you as someone that just ran. They kind of see you as a runner. How is pile number 2? We have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, they see you as someone they really wanted to collaborate with, someone that they think maybe works well. Like they see you as someone who is successful in your career, and they think that you are, there's someone, it's like they really wanted to team up with you, or they really wanted to work with you. And I even think they would have wanted to be like good friends with you too. Like there's a feeling here that they felt like they immediately were very impressed by you and they had a lot to learn. And they may have felt like they wanted like some support for you, because with the 6 of Bitcoins, for me, this can kind of feel like they may have felt like you had more than them too. Why is the 6 of Coins here? I just saw Temperance in reverse again. We have the Moon. The 9 of Swords here. So how they're viewing you, it's like they feel like very confused, honestly. I would say with the Moon here, there's a lot of confusion about who you are, your intentions. They're confused why you didn't give to them. I think they really wanted there to be like this reciprocal relationship with the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. It's like they wanted to collaborate with you, and they wanted there to be like an equal give and take, I think. And I think this person feels like there was a lot of illusion around you, and I think they genuinely are confused. I think they're very confused about what you wanted with them. That's something that they think about. Like, I think they're just very confused about what your intentions were. And I think they were confused about why you maybe did give them some attention sometimes, and then maybe they're just confused about like your actions. They're confused about why you were nice to them or like generous towards them sometimes, but they were confused why at some point emotionally they felt like you kind of ran away. So it may be that like if any time this person like wanted to maybe address more emotions with you, they may have just felt like you weren't really emotionally invested in the way that they were, and they think I think they felt really rejected by you. They may have also thought you had a lot of anxiety about like what would happen if you did like team up with them, or if you did date them or express your feelings. They think that there was a lot of fears that influenced the way that you went about this, but they're also, with the moon here, they feel like there's a lot they don't know or a lot they don't understand about you. Like on the surface, I feel like they saw you as this very reliable, stable kind of masculine energy with the King of Pentacles, someone who has a lot of stability in their life, someone who has built up a career, has built up finances and things like that. And they just saw you as like a rock, you know, and I'm seeing that they're in this like stone throne. So this person really saw you having a lot that they like wanted to also collaborate with you. Like they wanted to build up their energy like this. And I think it might have been one of those scenarios where you were an embodiment of what they wanted to create within themselves. And so they were naturally very attracted to you. I'm going to clarify the Six of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this person, like what I'm feeling like, it's like they kind of are confused by your intentions. They feel like you shift things up a lot. They felt like you sometimes would give to them and then sometimes you wouldn't. Does that make sense? So they were just, yeah, they were very confused about what your intentions were, or like why you behaved the way you did sometimes. They're genuinely just confused about the different shifts, because of the Eight of Wands, it's like it's about a very like intense shift. And I feel like maybe sometimes you reach out to this person and like were very kind to them or wanted to help them or something, and then sometimes you might have just kind of ran away or like not responded for a long time, or kind of like you shifted. They never knew like what they were going to get from you, so there was a sense of like anxiety there. But regardless, they saw you as like someone that they could build something with, or someone that you guys could work together, they felt like. But they felt like you were shifty or kind of flighty. Yeah, anything else, Spirit? Yeah, Two of Cups in reverse. It's like there's a feeling here that they kind of felt like maybe at the end of the day you didn't really see the connection with them. I think they really wanted to be like a really significant person in your life. And I think they had like those feelings for you. This feeling of like strong kinship, you know, like we're cut from the same cloth. Like I really am drawn to you, and I like want to trust you, and I want to be on like the same level. Like I want to interact, but they may have felt like you weren't interested in that kind of reciprocal energy. And like when it came to emotions, there's like blockages. So they felt like emotionally you were not. And then we had the King of Swords at the back of the deck. They may have felt confused by you, whether or not you did care about them emotionally, but at some point they may have just thought that you didn't really have feelings for them emotionally, and that you were maybe they maybe thought that they were confused about, they thought that they maybe misinterpreted you. They thought that, I think they initially thought that there was attraction that was like emotional in some nature, and then I think at some point they started like wondering if they had been like crazy, or if like your communication with them was like, you might have been, they feel like they might have been misreading your vibes. And I think that's something that it feels really like embarrassing and hurtful to them, or it's like they didn't know. Yeah, so they're just very confused. The biggest thing I would say is like the way they see you is like they don't really know. They only kind of know what they is on the surface, and like the limited maybe interactions or like experiences that they've had with you. And with the Black Moon Lilith, there's like something triggering about you too. There's something like very magnetic that you guys feel, but then there's just this feeling of unspoken intentions and unspoken boundaries. Like we don't really know where this is going. And they may feel like when they did try to maybe cross a line and kind of go more into emotional territory. They feel like you like weren't interested in that. And so then it caused them to kind of rethink and feel confused about like why you were maybe sometimes reaching out to them or like being nice. They got mixed signals is what I'd want to say. You know what I'm realizing? I forgot to do this for pile number 1, but I feel like getting messages would be like a smart vibe here. So let's see what they would say to you, and then we'll go into the extended reading. What would pile number 2's person say to pile number 2? I can't do this. Will you ever make things right? I don't know why this happened. I don't know what you want. I left you before you could leave me. I trusted you, and then I'm not financially stable. So yeah, I'm really getting this energy here where like with I can't do this, I feel like that's them saying like they don't get like if you wanted to make it work with them or not. Like they were just very confused about what you wanted. Like this is one of the biggest things. They were very confused about you. And I think this ended up breaking their heart. And I feel like deep down they're like still wondering if you would ever come back, because I wish you would come back. So there's a feeling here of them like wondering if, you know, they were wrong to trust you, because there's this feeling here with the Tower that maybe something came out, or like this may have very rapidly fallen apart and this person maybe did move away from you, and they may have moved away from you hoping that you would come to them and like make things right with them. But there is something here where they feel that they were like misled. This person did think they were misled, and with I'm not financially stable, I also am getting I'm not stable. Like I feel like after this connection this person wasn't stable, or after this time period with you, like they needed time to rebuild their stability. But there is a sense that they don't know if they can trust you, and they're just very confused by, you know, what you wanted. And they also are in this energy of like, okay, I just feel like I had to retreat and start to kind of like protect myself because I think I was misled here. Like I think like this person intuitively felt the connection, but then based on what happened, they started feeling like pretty hurt and like they don't know if they can trust the connection with you because there's a sense that there was inconsistency, and so they just don't really know what your intentions are. And then I think at some point this person had to start to just kind of like protect themselves. Yeah, so let's get some I'm gonna get another tarot deck. Let's see what we'll go into for the extended reading. What should we go into for the extended? We have the Knave of Cups. We have the 10 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. The King of Swords. The Queen of Cups here in reverse. And the 5 of Swords at the back of the deck. What I'm seeing is Spirit is bringing up how this person, it's almost like if you want to learn more about them, I'm seeing what's going on with them is they're going through a time period where they're having to figure out how to think more logically in situations. You know what we're going to look at in the extended? Maybe based on this person's current energy, like what is your best next action in this connection? Like, would it make sense to reach out to them if you still care about them and like you want to like mend things based on the reading? We're going to look at based on their current energy, like what is the best thing for you to do moving forward? What's the best next action? And we'll just be getting overall advice for you about how to go about this connection. And we'll also look at what next action this person might take. So we'll look at what next action they might take. We'll look at what your best action, your guided action is, and then just overall advice for you. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to like know more about this connection, or if it's something you still are wanting to mend, then that might be a good reading for you. But if not, I totally understand if this is all you wanted to know. Thank you so much for watching. If it did resonate, it really does help me out if you can like the video and leave a comment if you do have time. I do like to read them. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next Pick a Card reading. And I hope to connect with you again sometime soon. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Tarot Fuego and the Clear Quartz Crystal, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at who is thinking about you and why are they thinking about you. So we're going to be using tarot to clarify, but we are going to start off with some pre-pulled oracle cards to see who this person is and how you might know them. So we have Full Moon, and the song that came through was You Got Me in My Feelings, Kiki, do you love me? Are we riding? That song, so like got me in my feelings, like something about the full moon here. We have Rainbow Bridge. We have Death. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform. What's dead is dead. We have Contract. We have Cancer. I feel. And so this is very funny. Yeah, because I'm getting that this is someone who's in their feelings about you. I think they're a little bit triggered, honestly. Yeah. So we also, 2 of these came out. So we have Child Wounded, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness, blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. And then we also have Bully, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you, conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So definitely an interesting energy. I'm getting this person definitely, I think, is somewhat like unstable, or I feel like you would see them as like, they're kind of like a ticking time bomb. Like this person seems like someone who gets very like carried away by their emotions. And because with the full moon here, like the first thing that comes through is like, we know that the full moon, sorry, just want to make sure my microphone, yes, we're good. So the thing is with the full moon, like that's when like a lot of our fears can kind of come to a peak. And I feel like in that time, it's like you almost can't really like trust. You wouldn't want to take any serious action during a full moon because it's a time where emotions are at a peak and it's a little bit like a chaotic energy where like emotions can kind of come through and flood you and cause you to say or do things that maybe you wouldn't usually do. So what I'm seeing, I think this is someone who really wants to bridge a gap with you with Rainbow Bridge. This person wants access to you is what I'm getting. So this is someone with Cancer here. Like they could have water in their chart. And I am seeing that this person definitely has childhood wounds that really impact their attachment style. So I'm really getting someone who has either anxious avoidant attachment style or an anxious attachment style. And with Contract here, like there's a feeling of this person like wanting to bind you or wanting to, there's something here because I think this person has had experienced abandonment or experienced some sort of abuse. Like I think this person has maybe had parents that were like verbally abusive towards them or something like that. And so they carry wounds. And I think we also have Left Out to the Wolves at the back of the deck, and we have 5. So I feel like this person has experienced a lot of challenges in their life. They may kind of expect for love to be like it for this person. Love, sometimes they've seen a love model to them where there was a lot of like argumentative energy and like potentially like underhanded sort of behaviors. And so I think this person really has taken on a lot as a kid is what I want to say. Like I think this is someone who, and I don't know if you know this about them, but this is what I'm seeing. This is like why they are the way they are. And this person feels things really deeply. So I definitely think this is someone that, number one, is really hard on themselves. I think they take on other people's energy, and I think they get really overwhelmed by their emotions and the emotions of other people. And so I think this person maybe struggles sometimes to cope with the way that they're feeling. And so I definitely think this could be someone that you are no longer, this could be an ex or something like that. Like I'm getting the sense that maybe you've put in a boundary with them, or like maybe the relationship has like fallen apart. I definitely think this is someone who means well, but I feel like they may end up like acting in ways that are, maybe they don't like respect other people's boundaries, or they might say things when they're feeling threatened that they like regret later on. But at the end of the day, it's like this person does, we have Cancer here. And so it's like this person, it's this really intense, like kind of chaotic feminine energy force coming through. And they don't have to be a female. It's just someone who maybe can be kind of reactive, and like you might sometimes feel like you have to walk on eggshells because this person sometimes can like explode emotionally. Yeah, they made it. I just think this person's experienced like harsh parents, or parents that were like very argumentative, or potentially like that kind of bullied them. And so I feel like this person has taken on a lot of that energy basically. But with the contract being here, there's a feeling that this person almost feels like bound to you. Like there's a sense that they aren't ready to let go. It's like they want to bridge a gap between you guys, because there's almost this feeling of them feeling misunderstood, or feeling like there's still emotions like lingering with this person. Yeah, we also have Storm Warning here at the back of the deck, which really makes me feel like there's just some sort of sense of like chaos that follows this person. And I don't think they mean to. I just think they have like unresolved energies. And so it's like they have a hard time expressing maturely like how they feel. This person may be prone to like holding things in and then exploding, feeling very like, I think this person chronically feels like people don't meet their needs, or they don't really understand like why like their relationships sometimes struggle. I'm not, I definitely don't want to diagnose anyone, but what's coming through is kind of BPD, like borderline personality disorder, where they experience emotions really intensely. And sometimes it's really hard for them to bring themselves back to like to ground themselves and find like a middle ground. And so sometimes they can really react when something small happens. Like I've like watched a lot of interviews about it, and like people that have borderline personality disorder, it's like they'll say that like someone like not responding to them, like sometimes that can just like hurt really badly. And it's like they sometimes just like don't, they just feel so sensitive and exposed, and like any small thing can kind of really trigger this person. And so I think this person, it's like I'm kind of getting this energy of them like wanting to like bind you or something like that, because it's like they don't really know how to engage in a relationship in a more healthy way. And so it's almost like this person seeks some kind of like binding contract as like a solution to maybe their anxiety within relationships. But with the Death here card is telling me that there may be distance between you, and this person may be taking it like really hard, and they may like have a hard time accepting it. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So let's get into the tarot now. I'm going to look a little bit more into like how you might know this person, or what you might think about them, what you've experienced with them. So for pile, okay, I am coming in, and I just wanted to give like a little bit of an explanation, because I actually finished the extended reading. So I feel like I have more understanding of what's going on here. So before I have you guys see like the original tarot part, I did want to mention that for some of you guys, and I might have overlooked this when I was first doing the tarot, you'll hear this in a second, because I'm going to edit this, or I'm going to put this in before the tarot section. But this could be this could be like a motherly figure, okay? Or this could be someone that if they're this person that is kind of mooching off of you in more than one way, is what I'm seeing. So it could be someone that is relying on you emotionally, and like wants to bind themselves to you emotionally. There's this energy here, this person like trying to bind you or tempt you with some offer, or tempt you with something. But there's a sense that this person like is draining for you, either emotionally or financially. So for some of you guys, I could see this being a situation where this is someone that maybe controls some sort of money of yours, and kind of uses that security that they can provide for you over you to kind of manipulate you, and make it so like you have to give in to them. Or it could be like the reverse, where it's like this person may emotionally kind of be like, I'm the victim of the situation, so like I need you to keep giving to me. But in the extended, it kind of started to seem a little bit like maybe there's a potential that this person is someone that if you did like call off your connection with them completely, maybe you would lose something financially. So it did come through that way, but that doesn't have to be for everyone. So I just want to say, like, listen to what fits for your situation. But anyways, enjoy the rest of the reading. I just wanted to come in and mention that it could be that scenario as well. And the contract really came through as well. So this definitely could be someone that you are bound to by some kind of contract. Like there could be some shared financial assets or something, like where if you did have to separate from this person, like maybe you'd have to lose out on something. Yeah. So just take what resonates for you and enjoy the rest of the reading. Number 3. What can you tell us that will really help confirm for pile number 3 that this is a person that they know? I feel like this is someone you would have experienced like an escalated event with. Like I feel like this person would have maybe emotionally lashed out before in front of you, or you may have like heard of it or something, or like, yeah, it's like this person doesn't, there's a feeling with the rainbow bridge. It's like this person, all they want is like more connection. They really want to feel, they really want connection, you know? But I think this person chronically like sabotages their connections by methods where it's like this. It's like when someone, this is kind of like, and I don't want to give away too much personal information, but like, I definitely have known someone that, like, I know that what they want is maybe like their needs to be met for something, but the way they go about it is like getting really angry. And so like, instead of just like sitting down and being like, hey, like, I know that like your intentions are good, but like, in order for me to feel like, you know, I'm being respected, or like to feel like, you know, you care about me, like, it really would mean a lot to me if you could do this. And like, would you be willing to do that? Instead, they get very angry when it's not done. And they kind of, their way of trying to get their needs met, I feel like could be like acting out or just being angry at you. And I think then they end up like pushing people away. So it's like this person sometimes doesn't know how to achieve their goals. They don't know how to achieve getting their needs met sometimes. You could have some kind of contract with this person, like maybe you were married to them, or there could have been some sort of like reason why you were bound to this person with the contract there. I don't know if that rings a bell for someone. You may have signed a contract with this person. All right, like a lease or something like that. Like it could even be that you guys are like sharing a living space together. Maybe you share a property. Maybe you've like been married to this person, or like put like a relationship label on something. There's just a feeling that, I don't know. There's just a feeling here that you're bound to this person somehow, or they want a contract, or they want to make some sort of deal with you or something. Yeah. Okay. How does pile number 3 know this person, or how can they know this is their pile for given their experience? We have 10 of Wands. Okay, yeah, this is someone I think you've experienced a lot with. We have 4 of Cups. Okay. I definitely think this is someone where like it may have gotten too overwhelming. Like the connection with this person might have just felt too intense. Or the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, like this person maybe really wants something from you. But it's like, I feel like maybe when this person's in your life, it's like you have to take on so much of their energy. Like this feels like a draining relationship. Like this is one where you feel like it just it's too heavy. Like I just feel like you're not really interested in it. And with the 6 of Pentacles, it's like you may feel like you have to like give to this person, you know, or like you maybe don't want to like have to keep giving to them or something like that. Or this person may like kind of guilt you into some things. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like something here where it's like this person, I feel like they're not super independent or something. Like I feel like they can be very codependent on people, and they can just kind of expect other people to like read their mind. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of it's like you'd almost rather just be responsible for yourself, because like the 10 of Wands is just responsibilities, and the 9 of Pentacles talks about like self-responsibility and being independent. And so there's maybe is an independence issue here too. We have the 5 of Pentacles here in reverse. This person maybe like asks for money or something. Like, I don't know if like you support this person somehow. If it's not like actual money, there's just a feeling here that they're always kind of in need. Does that make sense? Like the way you feel about this person is like, this kind of has like an vampire energy, because there's a feeling that they'll come to you with like all these emotions that they really need to process, but like they'll kind of put it on you to process, or they'll use like their intense emotions as like a reason why you need to give to them, you know, like they'll maybe even guilt you that way, or like make it seem like they're like in this victim mode, so like you need to like take care of them. Meanwhile, you may feel like they don't really try that hard to like get out of these emotions. You know, there's just an energy where it's like this person is complacent when it comes to dealing with their own burdens. You know, it's like they kind of expect someone else to deal with it. Or like take responsibility for themselves. We have the 8 of Wands here. And then the 4 of Pentacles at the back of the deck. Yeah. I feel like this person, I feel like they cling on to you really tight as well. Yeah, there's just a feeling here where it's like you don't want, I don't think you want like the energetic burden of this person in a way in your life right now, but it's like they may just like still be persistent, or it's like they still message you. They may like message you a lot with the 8 of Wands here, and like they may just like ask for your energy. I just feel like they're kind of like someone who wants to receive from you. And it's like you may feel guilty if you don't, or they may like guilt you into feeling like you need to provide for them, or be, even if it's just your time and energy. Like this person is the kind of person where it's like, even if you hold space for them, it's like they're not going to like learn from what you're telling them. There's just a feeling that this is like their identity, or like the way that they currently process their emotions is by like putting their emotional burdens on people. And like, yeah. And I'm getting that this person's just like very like intense. I'm just getting an intense energy that can come in really quick. Like, and kind of like there's just like this like chaotic energy, I would say, to this person. Yeah, and you may be frustrated by like maybe this person like has more like potential to create for themselves, or like, because with the 4 of Cups here, this can also talk about someone that either it's like you're kind of not interested, or it's like this person maybe like there's like a learned helplessness maybe, where it's like this person could level up, or they could do things to improve their current state, but it's almost like they're in a constant state of like lack. It's like that's their mentality, so they're kind of like their ego's comfortable there. Yeah, if you guys don't even like, I don't know, this might be like annoying to like hear about this person if you're trying to have like boundaries towards them. Totally understand, but this is who's thinking about you is what I'm getting. So let's look at why they're thinking about you. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles literally in reverse right here. Like there's something here where like they want you to I don't know, like give them some sense of security or like healing or something. It's like I'm getting an energy like you like saving them from themselves. Like this person wants you to save them from themselves. Okay. We have the 10 of Wands. Okay, why is this person thinking? I don't know if this flipped or not, or where that was, but why is pile number 3's person thinking about pile number 3? We have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the King of Cups. Yeah, something about like, I feel like you made it 3 of Swords in reverse. You may like have at one point held a lot of emotional space for this person, or like this person like relies on you like for their emotional well-being. Like the King of Cups being here is like, this person is the kind of person that needs a lot of, or I don't want to, not in a mean way, in a way where like I like have sympathy for this person feeling very overwhelmed by their emotions, but there's a feeling that they're relying on your emotional stability or your emotional intelligence to kind of like save them, and it kind of like prevents them from having to figure out their own issues is kind of what I'm seeing, because it says blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. Like there's a feeling that it's like not this person like tries to act like it's not their fault, but it's kind of like a mechanism to not really have to look at the situation clearly with the Priestess in reverse. It's like, again, it's like this energy of like this person could alchemize and like look within and kind of intuitively figure things out for themselves, but there's this feeling that they also are not like picking up. If you've been trying to give this person like a vibe that you are feeling disconnected from them, or you don't want to connect, it's like they kind of don't listen to, like this is the kind of person I feel like that if someone put in a boundary that's a little bit like wishy-washy, this person is the type to like overstep that and like not get the vibe, you know? Like there's a feeling of a desperation to a point where unless you like put in a hardcore boundary, it's like I feel like this person will try to find ways around that. Yeah, and the Three of Swords in reverse, it's like this person has their own like trauma or heartbreak, and they're feeling, the reason why they're thinking about you is because of their own burden, of their own issues, basically. And I could see this being someone where like you may have a lot of love for this person and you may even be attracted to them, but there's just a feeling that like every time you get too involved with them, there's a feeling that it like is overwhelming. Why is pile number 3's person thinking about them? We have the Ten of Pentacles here in reverse. They feel like you're their route to like abundance. Like this person over relies on you. It's like there's just this feeling of them thinking about like, I have no idea like how I could figure this out without this person. It's like there's just this dependent energy. We have the Three of Cups here in reverse and the Seven of Wands here in reverse. Five of Wands at the back of the deck. Okay, so there could be like, I don't know if this is like an ex. I'm kind of getting an intense ex vibe, where maybe someone isn't like accepting that you've like moved on or like that you are trying to move on from this person. And especially I want to say like if there's anyone, like let's say you aren't committed to this person and maybe you're trying to move on, like there could be this energy, this person wanting to like compete with anyone that's around you. Yeah, there's some sense of like, there's a feeling here with like the Seven of Wands and the Three of Cups. It's like, I'm getting a kind of manipulative vibe here. Like I'm getting this vibe of like if this person like tries to think in their head that like if they say the right thing or if they come to you in like a certain energy, and it honestly feels like kind of like a victim energy, or if they like this person has like manipulation tactics. So there's a feeling of them like thinking that they can override your boundaries. Because with the Seven of Wands here in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse, maybe this person even like wants to drink with you. That's another thing. Like they may be thinking about like a way in which they could like get you to lower your inhibitions or your boundaries. Yeah, that's even what I'm seeing. Yeah, there's this like competitive vibe here where it's like this person really wants to be in your energy and like really wants to compete for the resources you give, even though like this person doesn't contribute. It's like, and they're also, I think, afraid of you moving on or any other competition. They feel like, yeah, it's like they're putting, this person isn't seeing what they could do for themselves in the situation. They're really just like focusing on the hurt of anything to do with like this connection, whatever hurts this person was already carrying. It's like they're thinking about you because they want you to pick up the slack for them. And they also want to lower your inhibitions. They really want your support. Like there's just a feeling here that they want to get you like in your feels. Like this person wants to like trigger you is kind of what I'm seeing. And with the High Priestess in reverse, it's almost like there's this feeling of like them trying to be secretive or something, or like them trying to like the High Priestess upright is like more of like a wise energy that's like holding back. But like in reverse, I'm kind of getting this energy where it's like they're trying to be secretive and they're trying to like have like different intentions. They want to get you like in this certain energy where they're like, where you're willing to give to them. You know, they really want to break down any sense of boundaries you have. They want to like basically override any boundaries because they want to put their energetic burden on you. They're trying to get to you. There's just like something like that. I feel like you'd know who this person is because their energy is pretty bold and like strong. Wow, yeah, this is like intense. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like, let's get some messages from them. You know, for the other piles, I went into like, how do they see you? So like, if you're interested, like, we'll just do that too, because I don't know. I don't even know if you guys would still be listening at this point, but I guess it's good to know that, like, I just do want to say, like, be careful, because I think it's really important to be aware of like any emotional manipulation that this person may try to do, and they may try to like use like they may like hope that you won't pick up on their like shady side almost, or like their competitive energy. It's like there's just this energy of them putting on a front of like laying on emotions and trying to like influence you or manipulate you, but in like underneath it is this kind of combative, like competitive, aggressive energy. But on the surface, it's almost like they're trying to manipulate your emotions with the King of Cups, and like, yeah, there's something about that. So how do they view you? Like, how are they viewing pile number 3? Like, what do they think about in regards to pile number 3, or what do they think about them? Yeah, we had the 9 of Cups. Okay. They feel like you will give them everything you need. 2 of Wands. This person feels like if they can just have you, they'll be happy. You have the Knight of Swords here in reverse. They want to chase you. Knave of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. They feel like you, oh my gosh, and you know it's really interesting. One of these cards came out, like for the Cancer, this like astrological card came out, but the same one came out for pile number 2. So I was just like, I'm going to reshuffle because I just don't want the same exact energy. And it was this card that talks about like blessings and like fortune increase. So there's just this strong feeling that this person like feels like they just want to like cling on to you. And like with the Knave of Pentacles, there's just this energy where it's like they want to get everything they want, but they don't want to have to put in any effort. And they feel like by teaming up with you, like you will carry the team. Like that's how they see you. Like they see you as this like giver. 5 of Cups here. But yeah, this person feels like 10 of Pentacles, literally. Yeah, they see you as like carrying them to the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. They like want this home life with you because I think they feel like financially unstable, or like there literally might be some like not gold digger, but it's like this energy of wanting to be completely reliant on someone and not have to like put effort into yourself. But with the 5 of Cups, I'm seeing that it's like they think that you're running from them and they feel like they're chasing you because it's like you're their one desire. They may think there's like other people involved too. This person like wants to beat out competition, but it's coming through in like a very like selfish energy though. It's like what this person ultimately wants is like increased fortune. Like they want a full ride scholarship, you know, to like without like deserving it though. So it's like with this contract here, I feel like this person wants to bind you like literally in some like marriage or some kind of way. Yeah, let's see what they would say. Yeah, I'm getting a pretty obsessive energy. Like there's an obsessive nature to this. I want to tell you so much. What would they want to say to pile number 3? Or what would they truthfully say? I miss hearing your voice. Yeah, it's like this person, I want to tell you so much. Like they want to offload onto you. This person I think used you as like a like therapist or something. Like this person, yeah. They miss how you would soothe them. Like they miss like what you brought to them. I don't know why this happened. Again, it's like this energy of like not seeing their own cause in whatever's happened here. It's like they don't understand why this happened. Yeah, I need security, literally. This person wants security from you. Like they want you to give them a sense of like, yes, it's like this person feels like you are like a security blanket or someone that like as long as you're around, everything in their life is fine. It says you speak to me through music. I don't know what you want. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm getting. Kind of an interesting energy. Let's see what we'll go into for the extended. If you do want to hear more, I'm thinking something about guidance for you on like how to handle this person, like would be good. Or like what advice you might need. But like, let me see what Spirit thinks. What should we look into for the extended? We have Strength here in reverse. Yeah, Spirit's like stay strong. Like you don't need to feel guilty. 9 of Cups. Yeah, it's like if you don't want this, like focus on what you do want. Yeah, the World in reverse. Maybe you're having a really hard time closing out a chapter with this person. So for those of you that are still like in the grips of this person and it's like you feel like guilty or like you feel like, you know, you might just give in to this person even though it's not what you want. Like that's what I'm kind of seeing. Yeah, we have Judgment.
Mm-hmm. You have to call it judgment. Queen of Pentacles, yeah, literally Tower. Okay, so what I'm seeing, Spirit, what we're going to talk about in the extended reading is like, we're just going to spill the tea on this person. Like, we are going to like give you the truth about this situation. We already kind of did, but like, we're going to give you advice on how to handle this person. We're going to tell you like what the truth of the connection really is. Or maybe what you're not seeing, like what is it that you're maybe having a hard time like truthfully looking at about this person. We're gonna just like really like give the tea on this person, and we're gonna give you advice on how to best move forward and what is in your best interest to move forward here. So this is especially for those of you that are still like in the grips of this person, or maybe it's in the early stages, or you're just trying to put in boundaries, but you may feel like you don't know if that's the right move for whatever reason. We're gonna spill the tea on this person. So that's where we're going to do the extended. If you are interested in it, you feel like you need some like help on this, I'll have it linked down below. But this is what I have for the YouTube reading. Thank you so much for being here. If it did resonate, it really helps me out if you can hit the like button. If you do have time, I do love to read your guys' comments and see what feedback you guys have for me. And why am I like blanking right now? Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next pick a card reading. And I hope to connect with you again sometime soon.